YouTube, what it do? Luke Kane back in the building, yes sir. I hope y'all have an amazing day. Today we got a death battle video. It is about Mewtwo versus Shadow the Hedgehog. Let's get into it.
With Death Battle, our combatants are always extraordinary in one way or another, whether they're a superhero or a plumber.
But these two are literally built to show up the rest of their kind. Mewtwo, the genetically engineered Pokemon.
And Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a Death Battle.
Okay. Pokemon versus Sonic.
Years ago, a brilliant scientist named Dr. Fuji was working to create a brand
Who's your
new
favorite
life
character
form
from Pokemon?
to change the world.
I'm probably gonna be so lame. I'm really gonna say Brock though. He was just too funny, bro.
Experiments would help him discover a way to resurrect the person he cherished most, his deceased daughter, Amber.
With unlimited resources funded by mob money, he figured out how to clone his daughter's ball of consciousness. Because science!
But before he could finish, he had to create the most powerful Pokemon, a clone of the legendary Mew.
And he named him Mewtwo.
Yeah, Fuji wasn't very creative when it comes to naming, but when you can create a new life form with nothing but a fossilized eyelash,
you got a nice ring
you're
to
a
it,
master
though.
of genetic engineering. A field I'd love to get more experience in myself.
Don't you
call it
1,000
plain and
times,
lame.
Wiz.
They got a
You're
nice
not gonna
ring
alter
to it.
my DNA.
Mewtwo.
What are you talking about? I
Like a
would never do
2.0
that.
version of Mew.
Always watching,
You know what I'm saying?
Always.
Growing up in a test tube, Mewtwo's only companions were Fuji's other test subjects, including Amber herself, through some sort of psychic link.
Amber taught Mewtwo about the sun, the moon, tears, and life stuff. Oh, and also death when she died for good right in front of him.
Worrying this may be too mentally traumatic for the still infant Mewtwo, Dr. Fuji's team erased all memory of her. Unfortunately, this left Mewtwo with a feeling of loss and confusion, and no memories to explain why.
With nothing else to do, Mewtwo decided to take out all his aggression on all of humanity. Then he turned some stupid kid into stone, a bunch of Pokemon cried, and Mewtwo figured out humans aren't so bad after all.
Mewtwo is one of the most powerful psychic-type Pokemon.
6'7". Shit! The NBA need to sign this man up. Get this man a contract instantly. Get teleport, he'll be on the other side of the court, get the ball. And he gonna shoot the three, teleport, get the three, teleport, dunk it.
Goes with the power
What?
of his mind.
Alright, wait a minute. You keep calling
I'm not
it
teleport, but he's
Is
gonna
Mewtwo
fly
a guy
and
or
shit,
girl?
bro. That's
Well,
6'7".
technically it's genderless.
Who's 70?
No. How does it bang?
It doesn't.
Bummer. Well, one thing's for sure, it's got balls. Of ghost energy that blow holes in stadiums. Had an onslaught of undodgeable stars, multiple types of defensive shields, and a healing ability for when those shields don't quite cut it.
Alongside its other abilities, Mewtwo's favorite move is Psychic, a powerful form of telekinesis. With it, Mewtwo can effortlessly send enemies as heavy as a 500-pound Onyx flying through the air.
He can even make himself fly like a Zubat out of hell.
Also, it can augment its melee combat with psychic energy or occasionally a massive spoon.
Would you say he sometimes spoons
For the
his
comics and
enemy?
everything be so funny.
Nothing about Mewtwo is cuddly, especially when it uses Hyper Beam or Psy Strike, attacks so strong they can incapacitate the toughest of Pokemon in a single hit.
And when trouble comes a-knocking, Mewtwo answers the door with a badass Mega Evolution.
Mewtwo is one of the few
Oh,
Pokemon
bro, I forgot about
Mega
that.
evolving without the assistance of a trainer. As Mega Mewtwo Y, it gains enormous boosts in strength, defense, and speed.
Making Mewtwo powerful
Insomnia.
enough to fly into space while carrying a robot bug monster.
His new
Fast
height is
reaches state
4'11". He shrinks and then he goes to whoa.
space
So he like
while
really
carrying
becomes
a
all
robot bug monster.
psychic
Fast
energy
enough
and
to
shit.
breach
Don't
escape
lie.
velocity over 25,000
What?
miles per hour, over 32
Damn,
times
boy.
the speed of
He
sound.
fast.
Really, really fast.
Mewtwo is so skilled in its psychic prowess, it can wipe specific memories from dozens of people at once.
On top of all that, it can survive a massive amount of abuse. Like the time it got double impaled by an alien Pokemon's tentacles.
Oh.
Didn't they censor that?
It effortlessly defeated most of the Pokemon.
Teleported a 92 billion gallon lake, bro. What? Bro.
Champion's team, including a legendary Articuno. It also teleported an entire crater lake from the top of Mount Kane. This lake is comparable to a similar body of water in the real world, Lake Kilauea, which holds over 385 million tons of water.
Wow, that's almost enough power to lift my ex-wife on buffet day.
Being a psychic Pokemon, Mewtwo is naturally weak to bug, ghost, and ghost type damage. Strange Dr. Fuji didn't pull that code out of his DNA, but whatever.
Hey, you gotta have some sort of failsafe when you're making the world's most powerful Pokemon.
Ah, yes, the ultimate failsafe against the most powerful psychic Pokemon. Bugs!
Oh, God, it's a Caterpie! Get it away, it's spooky!
Bro.
I was not born a Pokemon, I was created. And my creators have used and betrayed me. So, I stand alone.
Yo. Is that his psychic voice so he can talk? Crazy.
Years ago, a brilliant scientist named Professor
Dr.
Gerald
Egg,
Robotnik, the grandfather of Sonic's forever balding nemesis, worked to create a new life form which would change the world.
It was called Project Shadow, a covert government operation to discover the secret to immortality. Besides, like diet and exercise, cause fuck that.
In Professor Gerald's case, specifically for his granddaughter Maria, who was dying as a result of neuroimmune deficiency syndrome.
Now that I think about it, Project Shadow is a pretty scary name for a program that's all about curing diseases and saving humanity.
Maybe it has something to do with the program's secret pact with a hive mind alien race
I'm not gonna
with
lie.
black arms.
Sorry to pause the video. I'm just gonna talk a little bit. Pokemon, right? I was never really into it like that. The games, yeah, but watching the show, no. Same thing with Sonic. I was never really watching the shows and stuff like that, but the video games.
So what do you get when you take immortality, the cure of all diseases, aliens, and put them all together to make the ultimate life form?
You get
a hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog was the first step toward a perfect future. And during his time in Gerald's space laboratory, Shadow and Maria grew very close.
Until they were separated by a bullet. Turns out the governments of the world weren't too fond of all the evil alien business, so they stormed the place, captured Shadow, and killed Maria right in front of him. 50 years later, Shadow escaped and decided to take his revenge by just killing everyone. Until he remembered Maria's last words were pretty much, "Don't be a dick," so he changed his mind.
Now on the side of good, Shadow dedicated himself to protecting the world from the forces of evil.
Turns out fighting the bad guys isn't too hard when you've got super strength, super speed, helped along by some awesome
Sonic can teleport. I mean, not Sonic. Shadow can teleport.
By channeling the potentially unlimited power of the Chaos Emeralds, Shadow can enhance physical attacks, heal over time, and strike with powerful energy blasts.
I'm not gonna lie, my money's on Shadow.
He can
My money's on Shadow.
Is
that Super Shadow?
Get down to a crawl with enough power, freezing it completely.
He's got so much power, he can only contain it all with 2 inhibitor rings around his wrists. Unless he gets all 7 Chaos Emeralds, which he can use to transform into a Super Shadow. Super Shadow, yes. Super Shadow, he is completely with the speed of light and has unlimited access to the power of the Chaos Emeralds.
Unlimited
Enough power
endurance.
to stop the space colony Ark's collision with Earth, and to teleport a giant comet the size of a city. Assuming this rock is half hollow and using the density of concrete as minimum base, this black comet must weigh at least 915 million tons.
Yo, that was a big, bro, that was pause. That was huge, whatever that was.
Fleet in one blast, fast enough to reach hypersonic speeds, and strong enough to play tug-of-war with a giant space monster who is so big, he uses a planet a tenth the size of our moon as a chair. Naturally, when you've got this much power, you're probably a cocky dick.
Yes, Shadow is excessively overconfident in his abilities. Also, he has a terrible memory.
This guy has spent most of his life wondering who the hell he is. And even when he does remember, he usually winds up losing his memories later anyway. To be fair, if I fell from outer space and all I lost were my memories, I'd consider it a really good day. I mean, I lose them from just falling over at the bar.
That's probably not because of the fall. Also, we can't forget that the Super Shadow form only lasts so long.
Then again, when you move at light speed and have control over space and time, who cares about time limits?
Not usually a problem for the ultimate life form.
Alright.
Many years ago, Professor Gerald Robotnik endowed me with the power of chaos control. A normal creature like yourself doesn't stand a chance against me.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
My money on Shadow, bro. If Shadow let me down, I'll be surprised. I really will. I'm putting my money on Shadow. I like the little 2D pixelated. Okay. What the fuck is that? I felt something. I wonder why they picked Mewtwo and Shadow. I wonder what's the correlation. I guess because like they were the
You are not welcome.
creations
Leave this
in their
place.
universe. Like they were like the
I
oh
know
yeah,
about
actually
this
yeah,
thing,
they're the
but it is
they're
black,
two different
red,
versions
and very annoying.
of the main. Okay, that's why. Okay. Mewtwo's after Mew and Shadow's after Sonic. Okay, I get it. Ooh, redirection. Ooh. Let's see, let me get in that bell. That fucking spoon, though. Need some milk and cereal, cut.
Another
Or
gem.
some ice cream.
What's he doing?
Chaos.
I must know. No!
Control.
Couldn't even stop it.
Good try, monster, but you're done.
Too much.
Okay, alright.
Chaos
Not this time.
control. Maria. Wait, where am I? Oh my god, I'm glowing! Why am I glowing?
Sayonara.
Oh my gosh, Shadow. Damn, got impaled with the spoon. Alright, I was wrong. This is why I don't bet people. And you shouldn't either. Don't
Shadow
gamble.
may have had the advantage in pure speed and power, but this time, Brain defeated Brawn.
Right.
You got the rundown.
I
on all
forgot
Shadow's
he
abilities
does have the
simply by
psychic
reading his mind, giving it the
advantage.
knowledge it needed to counter or avoid crazy powers like chaos control.
Ultimately, there was nothing really stopping Mewtwo from just taking over Shadow's mind,
'Cause he
and
did
its
say
impressive
60.
durability and healing power bought it enough time to do so.
Pretty
Okay.
hard to win a fight when your opponent can make you forget what you're doing and who you are in an instant.
Shadow has been mind controlled before, and has always relied on outside help to recover. Even while Super Shadow was physically invulnerable, this form didn't protect his mind. Like that time he fell from space, and then the worst game ever happened.
Yeah,
Fair.
Shadow was gonna lose.
Fair. That's
Spoiler
fair.
later.
The winner
Sure.
is Mewtwo.
Alright, people. That's gonna be it for the video. Please like, subscribe, comment down below what you'd like me to react to next time. It's been your boy LoukAne. I appreciate y'all very much from the bottom of my heart. Peace, y'all. Love y'all. Bye, y'all. And I'll see y'all in the next one.